Alright, now that we
Of course.
have
Just like your breeches,
finished
scholar
this,
lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
um, I'd like to rest, and then I want to go back in there. Because I think there was some other pathways that we neglected to explore in the search for Merwold. If I remember, at least. Yeah, where does this go? Okay. Spires taking up residence in the empty shelves. Map shows the Deerwood's old colonial borders. New Dunred is marked in the place of present-day Defiance Bay. Other than that, there's really nothing in here. It's the way we originally... Okay, so let's go upstairs then. And nest up, so... Okay. I feel like... One of the things holding... Yeah. So there's a bunch of warnings about spiders in this place. Now that I've already cleared out the entire area. We go talk to the statue again?
I felt Merwold's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Merwold's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
I've always wanted my own keep, even if it is a little cursed. Same emanation of warmth, the energy in the air. That it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Merwold never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it, for what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair it? Coin for supplies and labor, okay. What does being the master of Caed Nua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If you can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. What do you mean when you said this keep was cursed? Merwald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse. But his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless paths oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Adarian colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caed Nua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths, that, my friend, is where I must go, or we must go, if you will go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Adirian. And what are the endless paths? The endless paths of Caed Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, We were warned by the Glenfathans that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Engwithan named Caed Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There's much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Engwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers to their deaths, I fear. I have other questions. You must know this queen we're looking for. The Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mequins of Ada haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wodica. I'm told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Merwald kept a ledger as it happens, and I've taken the liberty of updating it. You can take a look if you wish. Yeah. Then we'll get underway at once. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Merwald's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I pledge to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me, if you but reach out. Oh, but first, of course, the Barbican. Alright, upgrades to your stronghold cost money and take time to complete. Each upgrade can add security or prestige to the stronghold, or add additional functionality like resting bonuses, periodic free crafting ingredients, or new stores. Neat! Eastern Barbican, Western Barbican, I see. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna pass the wood and plains, the crossroads between Caed Nua, Deerford, and Defiance Bay. Okay. Bright Hollow Restoration. Ooh, I would like that. Events occur at the stronghold as time elapses. The higher your stronghold's prestige, the more positive the events tend to be. However, high security is also important, as it can prevent theft and kidnappings. Adventures are opportunities for your companions and adventurers to earn experience while they aren't in the party. Visitors can affect security and prestige. Okay. That's upgrades. That's status. Hirelings help defend your stronghold from expensive collateral damage in the unfortunate event of attack. They cost money to maintain, but their cost usually offsets the potential for damage. Also contribute to the security and prestige, sometimes negatively. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Alright. So that's about everything. The master below. Interesting. I think I'll take a look around the rest of the grounds to see if there's anything left to murder. Or Probably not, because Bright Hall is the thing. Is it actually, like, operational yet? No. So... Oh, this place is going to look fine once it's done. This is going to be one nice looking place. But yeah, right now it has Jack. Eastern Barbican. Off we go, I suppose. Oh yeah, that now it makes sense. You see the hand from up above, and we were down below. Okay. Well, yeah, to the Woodend Plains, I suppose. Gonna need some more camping supplies soon. Hopefully, we'll get to Defiance Bay before then. What is this? This is just... Yeah, it's just a gravestone. Oh god, everyone has things to talk about.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
What was it?
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden. About how he'd turned against us and fought for Widewind. Been on my mind for some time now.
Right.
The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right.
Mm-hmm. Older
Hearing
brother.
claims that he died fighting for Caed Nua, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
And why didn't you ask me for help? Guess because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says he's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. A Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Alright. Aloth. Seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
You've been acting strange.
A crumbling castle, abandoned to memories, and an old man who can no longer tell them from reality. I'd say we've seen some rather strange things.
I'd agree.
And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
He was out of his mind. I don't place stock in the ramblings of a lunatic.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
Let's move on.
It's good to be on the road again. A wanderlust is nothing rare in the people of Rauatai, but often I think myself alone in loving the land as much as the sea. What shall we see next, I wonder?
You said you're being hunted by the Leaden Key. So it seems. It's all rather absurd. What harm could I possibly do them by finding this text? Perhaps they don't like Rauatai. You don't seem worried about this. They haven't had much luck. Last one came up on me at a dig site and slipped on a muddy beam. I tried to catch him, reflex I should think, but he went right over the side and down 100 feet. Not really sure what he had in mind, but I doubt that was it. Who are these people? I thought it only fair to delve into their activities in turn. I found word of a leaden key, but past that it was all ravings and superstitions. Might as well have gone around asking whether someone had seen a whale flying through the air. Some might well tell me yes, but the validity of their accounts is questionable. Alright, no. Don't go off by yourself now. We're gonna follow the path for now.
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
Sagani, a dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides, leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figurine between her feet. A large, white-furred fox standing at her heels looks up at your approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
What are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Standing around here is probably not the most productive thing you can do. Perhaps not, but running around all over the Deerwood hasn't done much good so far. Friend is supposed to meet you here.
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Back up. What does a stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. How long have you been looking for him? 5 years. So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember? Who could he be? He could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Why do you have to find him? Must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
How's that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished adra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid haunches. Soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later. When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time, it looks just like this.
I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see it?
Why?
Why not?
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
Raise the object bearer, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. You catch the musk of beasts amidst the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You'll have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below you. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Sound familiar? Return the figure.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I am a real watcher. If you'd seen the way he stares at dead things, you'd know he's serious.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me. I've got other business in the area and we can look for him on the way.
And if this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Your support means the world to me after all. Stay safe out there, dear companions.